Hey fuckers, it's Friday.
Can't spell shattered without shat or turd.
Like a gut punch to the abdomen.
Some of the funniest shit on the web.
I call it a rock Fred.
I like the cut of your jib, gentlemen.
These five are the only protection we have.
The best part of this show is the genuine Hasbro love.
Good night, folks.
And of course, Pat's weekly farts.
Breaking news.
It's very outside of the box.
Hail day.
I love Friday.
Bob's Bait and Tackle, now carrying Hasbro.
They truly are your favorite podcast.
Thoughts, prayers, likes, and shares. Shout out to
A to B.
Shadrachs Uncut. Is that you? Shadrachs
When are you going to bring Larry back?
My favorite Star Wars podcast.
Shattered cast on it.
Complete fuckers. This podcast is intended for mature audiences only, and its sole purpose is to entertain. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it off now and
Shut the fuck up, Chip.
Good evening, dear listeners. Welcome to the Shattered Cast Uncut, episode 283. I can't do it. I just can't be like a radio host. It's funny. This is episode 283 of Shattered Cast Uncut. We have a full house.
What's the occasion? What happened?
I don't know. I mean, you know what? Someone came to the rescue. It was the Transformers hero, Bobby Skullface.
Good evening.
You're such a hero. And we have Justin.
Who the fuck's that?
T-Torx6.
Oh, hi.
And Greg is here.
I'm here.
And Matthew's here.
He's here.
There, everybody.
And apparently I stress people out. I didn't realize I stress a lot of people out, Bobby. I stress people out. Why?
Well, you're intense.
I'm intense, or am I intense?
You're intense.
Are my do I have intense?
You're intense.
You're like a hobo. You're like a hobo village.
I'm like a hobo with rabies.
Sure. Intense.
Intense.
Behind the Winn-Dixie.
I have intense.
So what are your intentions?
Oh, boy. For those who don't know the joke, the guy goes to a psychiatrist and he says, sometimes I feel like I'm a TP, other times I feel like a wigwam. And the psychiatrist says, you know what your problem is? You're too tense.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
So, yes, we're all here. The gang is all here. Bobby had Skullfest, and the baby's walking in the room. Oh, my God. So, yes, I put it in the bed, Bobby. You would have been proud of me. No, my phone's charging, honey. Okay, fine. Take it. Let it die on you. Oh, like your daddy one day. Bye-bye. Yes. Bobby had a certain Skullfest this weekend.
Yeah. Shout out to only other Shadowcast member that made it. Shout out to T2R6.
It was a good time.
I had previous engagements.
No, you didn't.
Hey, a wife of Shattered Cast also made it. And she had
As a
good time,
fact.
too.
And had a blast. First
Yeah,
time I can
she
say
did.
that I know she had a blast.
She did
Why?
have a very good time. So
Because she was like,
Dude, I'm
free.
gonna tell you what, that changed my entire, not just that podcast,
What the hell
but
was she doing?
it changed my entire perception of her. Because I've never seen her cut like she showed up to have a good time.
Oh yeah, and she said I believe she quote what she said is, I didn't even have a drink, but I had such a good time you would have thought I was drunk. So
Yeah, I would have.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Justin was like, would you like some more punch? And she's like, I love it here. This punch is making me nauseous and dizzy.
True story.
But yeah, she it was a riot.
Yeah, she had a real good time. So
I heard
It was
you
good.
made a bunch of lasagnas.
I did, and I made I tried to make a tentative date with Adele and Justin to have a foursome, so to speak.
Mhm.
That hopefully they'll take me up on.
A husband swap?
Yeah. Ah, shit, fuck, I'm up for it now after this fucking podcast.
Bobby leads Justin away. No, you guys just watch a movie. So what kind of lasagnas did you have in there?
Laura made them all. There was like a veggie one that like half was left over.
You know what was really funny? When I got the lasagna table, I was like, everyone's like, which one's the veggie one? I was like, the one that nobody's eating. Yes.
Yeah. And Laura even talks about it. She's like, I knew it was a mistake. I just wanted people to have options.
It's not. A veggie lasagna can be delicious. People just didn't give it a try.
So there was a veggie one. There was a meat one. I think there were 2 meat ones. There was a white sauce chicken and broccoli one, and then there was kind of like a.
Most of them were meat, just the veggie one, but there were 2 with like beef meat.
Correct. And then there was one that was like it was like supposed to be like a fun like pizza one. And it was like a pizza lasagna.
Ham and pineapple.
No, none of that. None of that.
You are a brave man, sir.
Why?
You fed a house full of nerds a cheese-based confection.
Yeah, there was a lot of cheese at this particular Skull Fest, and we paid the price for it.
You could have had fireworks if you.
Shout out to Tyler L. and shout out to Chris Mao, who helped save my house.
Let me just throw it out there, Robert. That tub is waiting for you to be cleaned. So.
No, I cleaned that tub.
It's clean. It was
okay,
fairly
good.
clean when it got there, but post cheese, it's ready for some Robert action.
Tyler F made a joke about it, but I was like, man, if you thought that was bad, you should have seen it a week ago, because it looked like I killed 3 Muppets in that bitch.
I heard that you did some demo airbrushing and then just dumped all the fucking paint in the tub.
I mean, I didn't dump it in. I rinsed it out in the tub.
Dumped it like you disrespected it, like. Bleh!
No. But it wasn't a demo. It was Energon addict. He was looking at the 3 3/4 diorama stuff, and he was like, I'd love to do this, but I don't have the talent. I was like, dude, it's not talent. It's technique.
Yeah.
And then he was like, no, it's people with talent say it's technique. And I was like, dude, it's not. And then I gave him a guilt trip about not being part of Nerve Rage Patreon, where you can get all the tips and tricks. But I took him into the I took him into the workroom, and I gave him a little piece of foam, and I was like, let's make a wall. So like we textured it, we painted it, we washed it, we dry brushed it, and then we airbrushed it, and then he took it home with him.
Did he keep trying to take hits off the airbrush?
No. Dave's good dude, man. That's my guy.
He's a great guy. He always has a smile on his face. Always. There's certain reasons why, but always has a smile on his face. He's a jolly man. He's a very nice, welcoming man. I love my New York, Puerto Rican peeps. So
he has a lot of money. He has a lot of money. He wears it in his jewelry.
I feel like Dave was one of the first people who came up to me, and he's like, "Hey, Justin." I'm like, "What the fuck is this guy?" Like, because it's weird when people like. It happens more and more, but it's like people know me, and like I feel bad because like I need to get your name 3 times before I kind of remember your name.
And you don't get out much.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, and it's also hard when they're not.
Oh, you didn't try to hand him your wallet, did you? Oh,
no, I did not. But I mean, obviously I've known him for many NJCCs now, but I mean, I remember that it's like the first one I went to. He like singled me out. I'm like, I don't know who this guy is, but he knows me.
Hey. If it makes you feel any better, he came into my house for the first time. I was like, Jose!
You know what? I think I was there for that.
Oh, God.
I remember that.
It still haunts me.
Yeah.
And God, I knew his name was Energon Addict. I've always known his name. But my wife was like, you need to learn his name because you're not going to fucking introduce him to me as Energon Addict. I'm not having it. Like in that, and she was in that era. Now I'm like, this is Two-Bottomus. He's on fucking Tutron.com, and she's like, "Okay, fine, it's Two-Bottomus."
This is the technique. This is what you do when you don't know someone's name, and you're introducing that person to someone else. You go, "Hey, Energon, this is my wife Laura," and then you just look at her, and then he's gonna shake her hand and be like, "Hi, I'm Dave."
Yeah, but she didn't. She told me specifically before Skullfest that she didn't want me to introduce her to anyone by like some crazy ass nickname.
Well, you don't say, "Hey, Laura, this is Energon." You say, "Hey, Energon, this is Laura."
No, but shit, that would have counted. It would have counted. It would have counted. But with her, what's funny is like if I introduced her to any of the guys like when we grew up, and I'm like, "Hey, this is Mikey Shoulders." She's like, "Oh, that's good. I'm good with Mikey Shoulders." But I'm like, "This is Energon Addict." She's like, "Not okay."
No.
This is Twix. This is Jitters. Yo.
Jitters.
This is Dirty Legs. Dirty Legs.
Well, it was funny because, recently I saw Shoulders under some bad circumstances recently, but, my kids came running up to him like in the middle of the street and was like, "Uncle Shoulders," and like this other kid that like just got like a friend of the family like started laughing. He's like, "Why do they call him Shoulders?" And I was like, I pointed to Leia, and I was like, "Same reason why we call her Ears."
Shout out to him and his wife and like their kid was flat out passed out on the carpet. I'm like, this would never happen in my house. Like right now, he's supposed to be asleep, and I can hear him banging into the window upstairs. So.
Shoulder's a cool motherfucker, man. Always calm, always at like a 6. Like never gets agitated, never gets just operates at a 6.
I saw him and Dante standing next to each other, or relatively close to each other, and I wanted to approach them and be like, I'm told I'm supposed to beat up the toughest guy here to assert my dominance in this household.
What time of day was this?
It was in the evening.
So they might have been on alert. There's a chance they might have been on alert.
Nah, Dante knows who I am, so we're cool.
Yeah. No. They weren't looking. They weren't looking at anybody. They were just on alert.
Shoulders loves when you talk trash to Bobby. He friggin' loves it.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
He asked about you, Robert.
Oh, that's nice. I like
he asked where you were.
I like him a lot. I wish I could have been there. Next time I can. I'm free. The wife graduated law school.
Did she pass?
Law school. Now she has to take the bar exam.
When is that? When is the big test?
That is the end of July. It's a marathon of studying. It's it's a 3-day exam. She took 1 day of it already, and then at the end of July she takes the other 2. It's grueling.
When was the first day?
It was during the semester, this last semester. It's the ethics exam.
So you got a whole another month worth of studying to go.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, she probably big chunk of it done this past weekend. No, that makes sense.
It's a day.
This was probably,
it's 7 day a week.
No,
I've been down the road. It's 7 days a week, nonstop until the text. It's hard. It's hard, like my
watching the kids also, so that probably made it a little bit more complicated. Am I right?
Am I right? You love people listening down. All right, let's do a show. Did anybody get anything? Bobby, did you get anything or have an opportunity to look at anything?
I had the opportunity to look at the New Age, Monero, the Jazz, and the Cosmos.
And
those are good figures all around.
Yeah, they are.
They're fun.
They are. I got the vintage collection Yak Face.
You said that last week.
Okay,
take that back.
Well then, my bad. Oh yeah, because I forgot that I ended up being able to make it. So I told you about the
with British Interrupticus.
Correct. He is that way. I think he thinks he was interruptive at Skullfest as well. Like when we did like a little Q&A session, and like he like has these little private chats, and for some reason like he like projects louder than he ever projects on a normal day-to-day basis when he's trying to be secretive.
Like you address him directly. He's like, yeah, okay.
yeah. I got the thanks to Calum. Calum, you got to get me the total for that, but I got the Galaxy's Edge exclusives, the 3-pack Star Wars Black Series, Hondo, Chewie, and Rey, and the DJ Rex, C-3PO, and R2-D2, and BB-8.
Oh, you know if that's Calum, that's a roof job right there.
And I got the...
It's on the house, probably.
Oh, dude. Fingers crossed, am I right? No, if Calum hit me up, I'll pay you back for him. And then Iron Factory, Voss, and Kaon I had the opportunity to take a look at, courtesy of Paul C. Paul C, who also made me a Lego lightsaber, like a custom job, like not a kit. Like,
please tell me you did it. Please tell me.
Did what?
You like swung it at something.
No.
Oh, dude.
What is your problem, Robert? And then I got the opportunity to look at, courtesy of Josh Fisher, I had the opportunity to look at the Magic Square Light of Freedom metallic version.
I thought you were gonna say his leg.
Which
I swear to God.
Well, that was a different metallic version. That was his leg metallic version. And then I had and then MP Collector left the Moss Toys stack at my house, and then told me if I don't want it, it's my job to give it to somebody who does. So
use it as a sub dish.
And Josh Fisher actually gave me like a gift, like a pretty nice gift of a Pythona, like G.I. Joe 3 3/4, which was like I was really taken back by that. I got a Batman animated little like 1/10 statue from New York Mike. Like, people are very generous, but they didn't need to do all of that. All I wanted was the cab. Am I right, Robert?
Am I right? How did you do on that cab at the end of the day, Mr. Public Service Announcement?
You know what? We did well, but I'll tell you what. Somebody pissed my wife off. Like, not really pissed her off, but like.
Oh boy.
Like somebody said somebody was like, oh, maybe I'll throw my own Skull Fest and get a couple bottles.
Ooh.
And well, in her head she was like, she's like, my first reaction was, motherfucker, I could have bought this fucking set of bottles 8 times over with this amount I spent on this goddamn party. But but then she got over.
I was talking to Mrs. Skullface, and I'm like, you are a braver person than me for putting this on in your house, because to me, I would rent out a place just so I can be like, nope, not fucking cleaning this up. See ya.
Yeah, so people left at noon on Sunday, and we finished cleaning Monday at 1 p.m.
What I want to know is, how did JL save you from the revenge of the farts?
Me?
Yeah, you said that JL and someone else saved you from the nerd cheese farts.
No. It was Chris Mao and Tyler L.
Oh, what did they do?
They didn't save me from farts. Like, 2 of my toilets got fucked up.
Wow.
Yeah. And Tyler L fixed one, and Chris Mao fixed the other.
Who the hell breaks a toilet and walks out of the bathroom?
Yeah. So here's the thing about that is that, like, this year's Skullfest, I don't blame
cheese.
But there was a lot of cheese, and I don't necessarily blame anyone, but and I seriously, honestly don't. But like this year's Skullfest, it was too many people. Like this was the biggest one by far, and it was probably 20 people more than average. And what's funny is I was listening to Enter the Realm, and they were like, I think this one was kind of smaller, and like, nope. Like
it actually for some reason did feel like it was a little less cramped. I don't know why that was.
I think it was because the table was gone.
More basement room.
That's probably it. There's more sitting room down there, which made it feel more, less crowded. That's probably why. That's the
point. Temperature was pretty nice outside, so
the temperature outside was real nice. So it was real conductive of like, it's too hot, let's go outside.
Yep. So they're like, at all times there was like 10 to 20 people outside, people in the dining room, people in the living room, people in the kitchen, people in the
people on the toilets.
So I mean, yeah. So like, I mean, this was the first time ever that there's been lines to get into the bathroom.
I just want to tell you, Bobby, I did not use the bathroom once that entire time.
No, I don't even care. I don't want to know. I'm not looking for answers. Everything's fixed. Everything's.
So the only reason I bring this up is like, I'm the type of person who's like, if I even like think that I might have to pee, I'm like, yeah, I gotta pee. But I was surprised. Like, normally I don't go very long before I'm like, yeah, I definitely gotta go. But this time I was like, nope, I'm good. I don't need any of this stuff.
So can I ask you a question, Bobby?
Yeah.
How are those NECA turtles?
Which ones?
I sent an assignment to an undercover agent to rearrange your NECA turtles.
Oh, I haven't noticed yet.
You haven't noticed? You're losing your edge, my man.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of stuff tampered with, so like I've fixed a lot of it, but I haven't fixed all of it. Like,
I don't know. Your voicemail's full. You don't notice the turtles rearranged. Your tub's half clean. I don't know you anymore.
I'm trying.
Be right back. Someone just apparently fell out of their bed hardcore.
Justin's like, I finally have the show.
But yeah, for those that attended this year, take pride in knowing that that you attended the biggest Skullfest that there will be, probably until the last Skullfest. Because I gotta make a change next year. I can't have it be this big again. Lesson learned. But I mean, everybody had a great time. I think a lot of you had I had a great time. My wife had a great time. Everybody had a great time. But we probably over-invited this time.
Maybe we should pick a venue next time.
Well, I think it's more complicated. Like, I think there's an intimacy that's lost with a big venue. But we have some plans. Like, we're gonna cycle, because there's like some people that we want to get in that haven't got a chance to get in, and not to zero people out, but like, Mark 44 is a guy that we've wanted to get in. Esteban is a guy that we've wanted to get in, and we want to make sure that they have the opportunity to get in, and then we'll probably do like a big mega extravaganza Skullfest, and then after that we're probably gonna level it out to a very small intimate.
I want Sam's Formers there.
Dude, I talked to him about coming, but he has to, he has to make it like correlate with his job. So, I don't know if that's ever going to quite happen because it's got to correlate more so with our lives first, and I don't know what the chances are of the dice rolling a certain way where it ends up correlating.
If only Joe K. Raw Eggs bought the house right next door to yours.
Right. Well, so Joe, the two most commonly asked questions was "Where's Adam?" was the first question, and the second question was "Where's Joe's house?" Those are the two most commonly asked questions.
Joe is in Japan, correct?
Yeah.
Just swimming in yolks.
He comes back today, though. He arrives back today, and he moves in Friday.
They just go to Japan to eat eggs. Like, that's it? That's it?
It is much, right?
It's a bit much.
Yeah, it's a lot of eggs.
I mean, God calm
bless.
down.
God bless.
It's disgusting.
Miss that dude, though, man. I need that dude to get back in my loving arms.
You're like, I got work to do in this house.
That shit needs to get done.
Oh, man. Okay. So, Justin, did you get anything this week?
I did, and I'm just got back at the right time. So I got the DX9 Seekers and Coneheads, the Legend scale, and I hate them more in person than the pictures.
Wow. Really?
They are so fucking ugly.
What?
Like, I knew that the way the head is set back on Starscream, like, that looks bad in pictures. And then I get them here, and I transform them, and I'm like, that is flat out awful. Like, to the point, like, I should take, like, an above picture, because, like, the head's not even close.
It's not a slider.
No, it doesn't move enough to do anything. So,
it's like a centimeter.
I don't know. It's garbage. I hate them all.
Wow.
They're going to be
for
sold.
A pretty penny, I'm sure, you know.
Yeah, so they're going to be sold.
Oh, that's a shocker. I know why you don't like them. They don't fit your collection scale, right?
No, they just look like trash.
You had a plus version, don't you?
No, they're trash. So
only someone would make a larger version to suit your taste.
They do have them, but they're also trash. So. Yeah. So it's all trash, and that's all I got. So.
That's a shame that you feel that way.
That motherfucker, man.
Oh boy, anything else?
Nope. That's usually what that's all I got means.
Yeah. So that sass came through.
There's some sass on that.
Sassy. T2RX sass.
That's me.
Greg.
Wait, I'm going to throw back. Robert, don't you hear what I'm saying, Gianni?
Okay. Dox me now, huh? My address, too.
Dox me.
T2RX Docs. T2R Docs at SAS. Greg, unhit mute and say what you got.
I'm not muted. I'm just waiting for you to stop vomiting all over your microphone.
Okay, hit mute again.
I didn't get anything this week except a headache early on in the show.
Okay, you're welcome. I guess I stress people out. I'm a stressful guy.
I did like that. I saw Greg shared last week's show in some group and was like, "Loud noises." that was fucking funny.
Our little debate actually went over kind of well.
Yeah, I mean, because I mean, like, that's the thing is that, like, just because you like two people are passionate and are on opposite sides of the spectrum, like, it doesn't mean that they're not friends. Like, they can have it out. Like, that's, I mean, I don't know. That's brotherhood, right?
Yeah, you can definitely debate something with passion without being upset at the other person. That's that doesn't come hand in hand to get upset just because you mean something and you want to really get your point across.
There was at no point where I was like, during that conversation that was heated and I was frustrated, but there was at no point where I was like, Robert doesn't like me as a person.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait. You know, my favorite thing is also wait. No, penis. No. That shit is my favorite. Penis.
Oh boy. So Matthew.
Yes, sir.
The hauler of you've been the Baldwin dropper for years, man.
It's kind of slowed down, but you know.
What did you drop this?
Has it?
Yeah, has it? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, look, man, I love you, but
I don't get them all at one time.
I love you, but you review
that was
shit
a
that you
dig
don't
at
even
you,
know
Justin.
the character's name.
I just can't pronounce it because I can't read, so that's why I can't.
Oh my god, I was like, Craig? Craig? Who the fuck is Craig from Borderlands? I'm like, oh, Krieg.
It's Craig. That's fine.
It cracked me up.
That's a good little toy right there.
You got a Borderlands toy?
Yeah, I play the game with Tyler, Dakota. And
He's like, I played it once or twice. You know.
It's good. It's a good game. And I play as that character, so I just saw it. It's like $20. I was like, yeah, I'll get it. This week I got New Age Smokescreen and Silver Streak. I also picked up the Iron Factory, the blue, was it Blue Flash, the Silver Streak, for them, a limited edition, one of those. I also picked up Iron Factories, the brothers, Sunstreaker and Sideswipe. I missed out on those, and Terry Wong found them for me. Thank you very much.
Very good.
Yeah, I'm glad I picked these up. And I picked up the Voss and the other one, whatever his name is.
What's his name?
Kaon.
There you go.
And got those in today. And I picked up the Toy Wolf's Clear Dirty Man, the toilet. Go check out that review. I thought I had a really good time doing that review. It's a fun one to do.
Plug.
Yep. And I got to plug it. Some other people don't do it for me, so I got to do it myself.
Do other people need to do it for you, Matt?
No, not really.
Oh.
You kind of beat him to the punch.
And last but not least, I finally got my Starscream statue from Imaginary Arts, and it's a work of art. It's a beautiful piece, and I'm glad I got it. I'm on the statue thing. I ordered the 3A on Bumblebee today too, so I'll be getting that this weekend.
I liked your review.
Thank you.
I still don't know why you reviewed each piece. I told you not to do that. You did it anyway. You're so stubborn.
I don't have to listen to you, Robert.
Like, why would you review each piece before you put it together?
Why not?
Because who wants to look at like a knee?
It's a beautiful knee, though.
You put it together and then you go top to bottom or something. Go bottom to top. Be different.
I'll shoot it again. I'll do it again, and I'll just do it the way you want me to. Okay.
But that's a nice piece. Where are you gonna put it?
I have no idea. Hopefully, if it could fit, I would put it up there. It's that good. But I'm going to try to find a case or something for it. And but right now it's just my backdrop for my reviews and everything. So, and I think that's all I got.
See, that was a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You're numb to it now.
Yeah, I'm getting that. It's getting out of control.
You're chasing the dragon, my friend.
I need to stop a little bit. So, anyways, Robert D., what'd you get, fella?
Oh, thanks for asking, Matthew. I got nothing. Nothing came in, but I finally fixed my issue with Chamongmong, so I'll be able to get stuff quicker again, which makes me happy. But I ultimately basically have now 4 Vehicle Voltrons on pre-order.
What was wrong with the Chamongmong? Why did you not get
PayPal? There's some issue with PayPal. Like, if you do it through your bank, they don't let you buy anything from the guy. I don't know why. I'm not the only one, but luckily a lot of listeners, I really appreciate it. They reached out to me. I had it sorted out, but people would reach out to me and tell me how they fixed it. And it's really just not, you just got to use your card through PayPal instead of your bank account. But a lot of people contacted me to tell me they had the same problem and they fixed it too.
Okay. That's
really nice how people come together to help you, you know? I didn't make like a public service announcement because I didn't feel like addressing each, PM. I responded individually.
Nothing, PMs and stuff.
Oh boy, I can't believe you made Tyler L. Wait, let me ask you a question.
I didn't make Tyler L do shit. Like that dude stepped up and.
Yeah, yo, this toilet's clogged, and just hand him a wooden spoon.
Yeah, he just stood up on a table and was like, yo, this toilet's clogged, and he fucking just saw he just saw there was a problem. He stepped up and got the job done. Like, and nobody, I didn't even know there was a problem until after he had fixed it.
How did he fix it?
Just did work on the plunger, I would guess. I wasn't in there with him. And then Chris fucking he heated up. He boiled some water. Like that dude went. Yeah, that dude went for it. That dude came down. I'm like, Chris, I'm not fucking with you, man. And you don't have any idea how appreciative I am of your efforts and help. But like they said, that dude came down like dry heaving. Like it was not okay.
Yo, whoever the fuck clogged Bobby's toilet, whoever either of you are, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah,
someone
that wasn't
dropped
cool.
the deuce. Either the
just fix it. You know, I don't care if you clog the toilet. Just come out and be like, "Yo, I fucked the toilet up. I'm gonna fix it."
Even if you can't fix it, at least come out and say.
Yeah, you gotta own it. You gotta own it.
Either the person came into a clogged toilet and figured, "Hey, it's not my problem." Kind of like when you go to a public toilet and there's piss on the seat, so you just piss all over the seat anyway. You know, it's like that mentality. So you sat down on a clogged toilet and took a dump and left it there, or you just clogged it yourself and walked out. You know, I mean, maybe they flushed and they just left without noticing it didn't go down, but it sounds to me like we're dealing with a giant toilet full of poop, and they must have known. And that's really disrespectful. This man invited you to his house. You know, that's really disrespectful, and you should be ashamed of yourself, and you don't deserve to be there.
Disrespectful.
Robert,
I didn't say all that.
You seem to know how much poop was in it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot to say, I made the dean's list last semester.
Dean's list? No shit. Congratulations.
Thank you. That's the first time I've ever done that. So, yay.
Now you can put that on your resume.
Yeah, I could.
Oh, or not take my fucking advice. That's fine. Don't put it on your resume.
I won't.
Jesus.
How are you telling me what to do, Robert?
Who the fuck?
Tell me how to do my reviews. You're telling me how to run my life. I mean, damn, man.
I try to tell this guy.
You think I'm that incompetent? You think I'm that incompetent that I can't run my own life and my own reviews?
I ask you for advice.
I didn't ask you for advice on the dean's list. Did I ask you?
Shut up.
Did I ask you advice on what goes on my resume? One time did I ask you about my resume?
No, because I know you don't have one.
Not one time. You tell me when I need to shave. You tell me when to shave. You tell me what to put on my resume. You tell me what to do my reviews. I mean, you want me to wipe my? How do you want me to wipe my ass? How do you want me to wipe my ass?
Away from the balls, Matt. Away from the balls.
Away from the balls.
Sometimes you gotta hear. You don't just get to hear what you want. Sometimes you hear what you need from those who love you, even though it might upset you.
Thank you.
So, if I know how you can improve your chances at an interview compared to what you're actually doing, I will give you that advice, and then I'll yell at you if you don't take my advice, which I know is good advice.
I've always taken your advice, Robert.
You haven't. You showed up to all your interviews looking like fucking, I don't even know, a fucking mountaineer with just a fucking beard.
It's an HVAC job, man. You are expected to have a beard when you're HVAC.
Bright orange, and they're like worried about your weight. And I was like, dude, trim the beard. Don't shave it, just trim it. Wear all black so that you look slimmer than you do wearing bright orange. And you're like, you don't run my life.
I did not.
Yeah, you're like, don't tell me how to wipe my ass. What, am I supposed to have a resume now? I use the Golden Corral menu, damn it.
Yeah, I do like the Golden Corral, man. They got some good fish and shrimp.
And whatever. So I don't feel bad. I'm not upset. That was a passionate discussion.
I never thought you were upset. I never really thought you felt bad.
It got a little weird.
It's a little weird. You get tense. You get a little tense. Like, I don't know if you're being a little TP or
Oh, wait, so y'all can get intense about taking shits in the toilet, but I say something and then I'm intense. Okay.
I guess I just stress people out, Bobby. I don't
even know what the hell's going on anymore.
My intents were not intense there.
You want to get to the fucking nose because we got an hour left.
Not really. Okay. Bombusbee, Revenge of the...
You distracted me again. It was almost 2 weeks in a row. Just real quick, because I promised him. There's this dude, Tim Reagan. He doesn't advertise it a lot, but he does a little Facebook selling. And I told him I'd give him a shout out. I got all my legends from him last week. And
hey, Tim.
He's a real good dude. And I felt really bad that I didn't give him a shout out last week because I got distracted by the nonsense. So it almost happened again, but I try to keep my word.
Is this show just nonsense?
Dude, this is... I'm sorry. That's cool. How should they find him, on Facebook or?
Yeah, just on Facebook. He had a website, but I don't think he really cares about it. He usually stocks like the current stuff. He doesn't really make a big deal about it, but with shipping and everything, like it's comparable to ordering it from anywhere else.
That's cool.
So yeah, but
so we got the giant axe or this fucking Devastator set.
Yep.
Yikes! I mean, this looks good.
Let me ask you this
Like,
though:
look.
does it look better than like the Hasbro, set that's coming out?
Because they got one coming out, right? I'd have to look at them
like
side by side.
There's at least a couple parts of them already. I don't know if we've seen the full thing, but they said
Two.
that.
Yeah, they're studio series. They got 2 out right now, and they got 2 more coming soon.
Yeah, and
they should be done by next year.
I just can't imagine that this is like so much better than the studio series one. Like, if I want a movie Devastator, like I don't know. Maybe it's because it's not really for me. But I just
is this
feel
the
like
oversized one? Is this like
the
bigger plus one or whatever?
I have no fucking idea. I don't understand this at all.
It looks like a Voyager Prime on him, but I'm not really well versed in the primes.
Wait,
he's a troublemaker though.
What do you mean plus? Like what?
Like, is he oversized from what the studio series will be?
Well, he's almost 20 inches tall, so I don't know how big the studio series is.
You know, it's interesting having this kind of obscure company do this. It's a big question mark. So I think you're more. It's more. Hasbro is more reliable in terms of what you're going to get.
That too. That's definitely true. Like, we don't know what the materials are going to be like. Like, the movie bots are. I mean, they're obviously, in my opinion, the movie bots are more complicated than like your G1 bots, because G1 bots are blocky and all that stuff, whereas this has to, do certain things. Like, I guess you can get more liberties, but I mean, like, the Revenge of the Fallen type toys and stuff like that, like, had more like hinges and things like that you had to manipulate to get anything somewhere anyway. So it needs to be, like, I would say, like, pretty darn high quality to hold up, at least. So
well, there is I saw it before the show and I didn't think to link it because it's really bad translated, but they put something up on their Facebook page that they've been involved in making the people involved in this have been in this industry for a long time. Let me finish and then you can just say whatever. And that this was something they had been kind of slowly working on before the studio series, and they contemplated scrapping it, but they had invested so much into it, they're just going forward with it. So apparently these are guys that like have experience, but that's all it said. They didn't come out and say like, hey, we're whatchamacallit company.
First of all, Troublemaker has balls, which is hilarious. Second of all, you know what's weird to me? I just figure, let's say it's designers from another company or people who are involved in another company start a new one. It's not the same company. Why can't they say? They can. Why don't they say, from the designers of Make Toys, or from, some of the owners of XTB comes a new company. Like, what's the big deal? Like, it's not like there's honor amongst thieves. Come on.
Yeah, like,
say where you come from.
Like, seriously,
it's like a resume, Matt.
Set up like a pen name and let us know who you are as a designer or something. Because like,
man, what? Oh, I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, like, I could start a third party company and like I could turn around and say I've been involved in this industry for the last how many years we've been doing this show now. Like, doesn't mean I designed a damn thing. I've just been involved in it. Like, it's the truth.
Okay, so
what they specifically said is we are a team of toys designed for years.
I mean, but I could put that on my thing too, whether it's true or not. I mean,
you should put that on there. You should put everything on your resume in broken English.
There's one company that we know that does. There's 2 companies that do movie bots, and that's Unique Toys and Toy World.
I was supposed to say, what if it's the Unique Toys guys are doing this, and it might be pretty good. But I have to give it to Studio Series. I know a lot of people don't like the movie verse and everything, don't like the toys and everything, but Studio Series is an upgrade. I say they're like kind of like the Siege of the movie verse. They have gotten better. I would sell all my movie stuff and just keep the Studio Series stuff because it's pretty good. They've updated the paint, the articulation, and everything. So,
are you buying it all?
Yeah, I have 2 of them so far, and like I said, 2 more coming out.
Are you selling the movie stuff?
I would like to. I would like to sell them as a whole. It's going to be hard because I have a ton of them. But
easy. I got you, Bo. Just
you got me.
Put them on them. Take the sheet off your mattress. Lay them all on the mattress, and just say, "Would like to sell us a lot." And
But
say,
does
like,
the mattress have to be dirty though?
Yeah, stain helps.
And then what you can also do is find out like what, like, you know, like maybe you go after one of those $1,000 statues and you like put $1,000 worth of toys on the bed that's not really worth $1,000 anymore, but it was at the time. You can be like, come on, bro, this is an even trade.
Yeah. But you know, this could be. What if it's unique toys? You know, like I said, they've done, you know, some good movie stuff. You know, if they do this, that might be a good figure.
So, and this goes back to, I think it was Robert that said it. Like, then if it is these companies, like if it is Unique Toys, and I get that you want to be like, well, look, this is our movie line. We don't want to confuse it with our G1 stuff. Like, not that Unique Toys hasn't had movie stuff already, but like, you know, make a new company if you want to, or a new name of a company. Not so Unique Toys, and you know, it's the movie license stuff, but like somewhere on there just be like, yeah, like this is the Unique Toys movie line, you know? Like I feel like MMC nails that. It's like, yeah, okay, so this is our G1 stuff, this is Ocular Max, and then the remix stuff is our comic book stuff, you know? Like,
right.
Why do we have to have different names?
Maybe, like, I don't know the business of it, but I guess designers, they want to sell designs, and maybe the big players don't want to buy this stuff, and then they found someone who would, and they decided to do it themselves. But I don't see why they can't just list who they've worked with before, just because they deserve the name. They don't have to say we are this company, but they could say we designed this stuff for this company. Now we started our own company and we're doing this stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. Not at all. You're not lying.
Well, they go on to say that we once thought about giving up babies and swaddling, but we really spent it.
I don't know how to take that.
A lot of effort in the inside, unwilling to abandon, and also hope that the thought of 10 in our hearts can be seen on the day of heaven.
All right.
So I don't think you should read too much into this.
I think the spaceship is going to circle around the moon and come pick us all up, if you know what I mean.
Oh, so it's designed by Mormons. Okay.
Yikes.
Oh, shout out to Hasbro News. Flame Toys Kuro Kara Kuri Optimus. Otherwise known as Thick Thighs McGee.
Yeah, them thighs, they mean business.
For us, means business.
So this is not the model kit, right? This is
correct.
This is like Drift.
$400.
I don't like this at all.
Yeah, this is not my favorite by them.
Like I feel like if you're gonna make a model, like make like you've shown that you can make some amazing models. You know, like make an IDW style Prime, or you know, even a G1 style. But I think the IDW would be better. But like this is just like, this is weird. This is like God, what was it, like Figma Optimus Prime or something like that? Like just weird proportions, and I don't know. I don't like it. And the things you chose to make light up to me, like, okay, I get the chest, I get the eyes. Why the knee pads? I feel like that's
a rug burn.
That's an odd choice, and like it's so super distracting, you know?
Should have made his fucking nutsack light up.
Yeah, this one is not my favorite design by them. And I'll be honest with you, like it's not, in my opinion, it's not the most kind of notable IDW Prime design either. You know, like it's just a strange choice, but it does look like he definitely attended Thigh Day for sure.
I feel like they would have done, like, given the aesthetic they've done, and like Drift and Tarn, like I think they would have done a great job if they did like almost like a Fall of Cybertron, War for Cybertron type Prime with, like, you know, like make those light up details, all those glowy marks that went down his arms and stuff like that. Like, come on.
Well, I think that like the model kit, the second model kit Prime that they did, that's the one. Like that's the one I want to see. I'm trying to like send in the chat, but like that's the design that I would want to see a figure of, not this thing.
Yeah, I'm not sure which Prime that is.
Hold on one second. I'm gonna send a picture of it in the chat. But it's kind of like the more classic, phase 2, into phase 1 kind of Prime design where he's got like G Creations, honestly, like the G Creations.
Yeah,
Prime,
that's the type of Prime that like I think I thought would be where you would focus this. Like it just doesn't really make sense to me to pick.
I just sent it in the chat.
This.
But like when I think of IDW
absolutely.
Prime, that's the Prime I think of.
And the other thing is, just because you put lights in your things doesn't mean that they need to be there everywhere. Like even if you did that type of Prime, like I don't need his fucking knee pads to light up. Like if you want to make the Matrix compartment light up, be my guest. The eyes make sense, but those knees, like that's just weird.
Like this seems more like a Flames Toys version of their first model kit that I don't think looked great to begin with.
Yeah.
I don't know. My kind of prerequisite for Flames Toys at this point is I have to love everything about it. I gotta love the character, the design of that character, your representation of the design of that character, and I'm in. That's my commitment.
It's weird to me too because like I feel like if I sat this Prime next to their Drift, they don't look like they came from the same continuity.
Correct.
I mean G1 in a sense, but like like this was one comic book and this is a totally different comic book series.
Tarn's got beefy thighs though.
Yeah, he does, but it doesn't look as disproportionate as this. I feel.
Yeah. No. Yeah, you're right. It's something's funny.
But if you look at the model kit of the first Prime they did, like that motherfucker's thighs are huge too.
And I also I am never ever gonna be like, I know that Prime has like a skinnier abdomen than the rest of his body usually, but like this guy flat out has an hourglass shape. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
I don't like that.
I don't know why they did the kind of most notable Prime and Megatron as model kits, because I would have bought both of those as figures, but I'm not in for the Stealth Bomber Megatron figure. That's not the IDW Megatron that I love.
I will say that Stealth Bomber Megatron. Well, we'll get to that, but I'll talk about them when we get there.
Can we possibly consider what we know when it comes to third-party companies? Sell the one that people would not buy if you give the best one first.
Right.
Sell that one first.
But that's usually with like the same molds, though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, but I can't imagine they're not going to do at least that, regular IDW Megatron. Come on.
Yeah, but why? Like the thing is, like, why waste your time with this Prime? Like, I get the model kit. Like, I know Matt likes the Starscream model kit. He's got that model kit, and it looks great. Like with all the paint and stuff that he's got to it. But like, I don't particularly love the aesthetic of that model kit. And this Prime is in that aesthetic, but that model kit is not the same as that expensive ass Drift.
Right.
So like, why all of a sudden do you go from very comic accurate, blocky, Drift to this stylized, thing?
I mean, truth be told, I think Devastator's in that pocket. That Devastator that they showed. I think that's in this same kind of like, what is this?
And that's a model kit.
Is the Devastator a model kit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw that.
But it seems to fit more with this model kit aesthetic than it does with the proper IDW aesthetic.
Exactly. Like, so like, why? Like, if that Devastator is a kit, then he looks great with the other model kits.
Right.
This guy doesn't look good next to the freaking, the stars or the Drift in the Tarn that came before it.
I agree.
There were links to these model kits in the post as well. That's why I didn't make a separate post.
No worries.
But like somehow in the last hour and a half they disappeared. Like there was individual links in the description, at the top. But I'm just saying, like, maybe I'll find some pictures of what you're talking about so people.
I gotcha. Yeah, but it is like, is this, Greg? And you might know better than us. Is this Prime design, does this have its place in IDW as well, like later on?
Let me go back to it. I was looking at the Megatron.
I only ask because I'm curious if, like, they just know something I don't, which is quite possible.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Because like if this came along later in like Combiner Wars or some shit like that, and that's what they're, then I mean I get it, but it just seems like I don't know. When I think of, I'm
I'm
biased,
with you
of
on
course.
that one.
I just think of Alex Milne's Prime when I think of Prime from IDW.
Yeah, hold on a second. I'll do a little research real quick.
Yeah, like the knee pads really it's like those aren't his brake lights. It would have been cool if it was the brake lights.
I mean, I'm not so much worried
I don't
about
even
the
know if I want that. Like,
it's just like the chest seems small.
Hold on, I'm already on it.
At most, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Greg. I'm sorry. I don't want to interrupt.
No, you're fine. I was just saying I found it. This is the Optimus Prime. This is from the Optimus Prime comic.
Okay, so there it is. So that's the continuity it's coming from. But I just don't know if that's. I mean, and maybe it is. Maybe I'm out of touch. That's fair. But
this is from the last run.
I just don't know if it's the most iconic Prime of IDW.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how this one sells compared to things that have kind of come before it. I just don't see it producing the same numbers.
Yeah, you're gonna have people that are buying it. I would assume you have a small amount that are fans of this design, but then I guess the majority of the people are gonna buy it just based on the prior releases.
And yeah, the prior releases and the fact that it is still Optimus. Like this isn't, Fangry. But yeah, I don't know. And to be fair, I think that it's possible that because those thighs are turned outwards, right? So it's possible that it's misleading as far as how thick the thighs are. Like I think that's very possible, but it's just
proportionate though.
Yeah, it's just not what I think of when I think IDW Prime. But I may be a dinosaur. I may be outdated.
Yeah, I posted it in the chat.
That man has a thrusting crutch. It's just ginormous.
Well, yeah. I mean, the shit that Greg posted. I mean, that's close. It's not exact.
Well, if you fold that crotch back down to a not aggressive position, you'll probably see those lights and shit.
Was my sound coming through at all?
It is now. It is now.
Okay, because I actually had muted myself for a minute, so I don't know if I was coming through or you just heard crackling or something.
See?
So.
Oh, well, look at you, Bobby. You better get used to getting wrong on this show.
Are we still on Prime? Because I was not paying attention for a second. If you wanted to put the lights, looking at the picture that Greg sent here, like that's the Prime you're going for, why not the crotch versus the knees?
I think either or is a little funny, but yeah, I hear you.
Well, I mean, like it looks like he's got lights there. Like it's a Prime, even G1 Prime has like those little yellow bits on his crotch plate. Like I feel like it looks way less distracting than the knees. So maybe it's just me.
Ooh, I'm seeing this link. Yeah. Hubba bubba. All right. I guess we talked about that.
Also, one more note: if this is the Prime they're going for, like you missed a lot with it. So there's a lot of discrepancy. So
that's true.
Well, they kind of made it their own.
Well, yeah, of course.
Flame Toys Kuro Kara Kuri Megatron. What does Kuro Kara Kuri mean? I would love to know that.
Yeah, no clue.
Hey, I wish Joe KW would put down a raw egg and ask someone over there.
I mean, I'll do a little Googles.
Hey, Joe, take that raw egg out of your mouth and ask someone what this means.
It means tell wife it only costs $5.
It means declining design. All right, so Greg, you're getting this, right?
Man, you'll turn a goddamn company in a heartbeat, won't you there, Robert D?
Hey, I'm not loyal to a company. I like someone's product, and I'll be loyal to them. But if they start putting out something that's not good, I'm going to say so.
Mm-hmm.
Not like Bobby Squeak Fans Toys face.
Don't make it about me.
Which one are you asking me about? Which one am I going to get?
Stealth Bomber Megatron. Skinny ass abs.
Are you talking about New Gundam Megatron?
Yeah. I was just about to say that this guy looks like I feel like if I had a appropriately scaled Gundam collection, like this would be among the collection to give the Gundams a good foe to battle.
Well, he's got his funnel. What were they called? Funnel fins or whatever. on his back?
Mm-hmm.
It means black.
Racist.
Kara Kuri means black,
Interesting.
according to Google.
That's weird.
I think this thing looks beautiful. I can't wait to see some paint on it.
So I think this looks awesome. I think it looks pretty perfect. Maybe a little thin, but pretty perfect. But once again, this isn't my IDW Megatron.
Mm-hmm.
Is that supposed to be Voss?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Methinks it is.
That's a good question.
If that shit lit up. Mm-mm.
But is it going to I don't think it's going to transform it.
Just the whole rifle lit up, like the whole fucking thing.
It's just a glow-in-the-dark rifle.
I hope they use the black and purple deco for it. I mean, I know they'll probably have to. But...
Do you think his wings light up? All that clear plastic?
I think so. I'm guessing that is going to have light features in it.
And the guns? The funnel cannons?
Those come off, so I wonder what if they have a purpose outside of just making them look like a Gundam.
You put them together, they form a crab.
Yeah, I think it looks good. It's just like it would be like if they were doing a G1, kind of model, and they did Power Master Prime instead of Optimus Prime. That's how I feel about this. Like, this is not the Megatron that's most important to me. If they did the More Than Meets the Eye Megatron, I'd be in.
Oh, you mean like that spot-on fucking model kit they're doing?
Yeah. If that was a figure, I'd be in.
Yeah.
Yeah. When they do a Jazz that's like G1 Jazz with like the Porsche parts on there and stuff, I'll be in.
Well, they're never doing that.
That's never gonna happen. But if they did, mark my words, I'd be in.
Would you be out on a IDW Jazz? It looked like the Generation Toy one, but like better.
I don't know. I'd have to see it. Like, I'd have to give it a real good look over. I think I probably would be in, but yeah, it depends.
Yeah,
it needs to at least invoke what it's intending to invoke. So
right,
if it was like, here's Jazz and he's all weirdly proportioned like Prime and stuff, like, yeah, no, never mind.
Well, I mean, to be fair, this is evoking exactly what it's intending to evoke. It's right.
Did he have wings in the comic?
I don't remember, but I think those wings might be detachable.
They are detachable, but I don't think that was ever a thing in the comic. I think that's a liberty they're taking.
Little Gundam-esque with those wings.
Yeah, it's like the new Gundam, whatever the number was yeah.
I'm not liking this. Oh, that sucks.
Man, you sure will flip on a company.
I'm getting that Star Saber. Tell you that. I'm getting that Star Saber. Probably gonna get the Prime too. Probably gonna get the Prime, but I'm not gonna get this.
I actually feel like if I was into the Flames toy stuff, I would get this because I think it does look really good, much better than that Prime. Even if it's not like the iconic Megatron that I'd be looking for.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I would be, if they did, like I said, if they did either one, I would be in. But like if it was like the model kit, the second model kit, or the model kit Megatron, I'd be in on both. But these figures are too expensive to not get exactly what you want.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Matt, are you getting this? You like the Stealth Bomber?
I don't know. Probably.
What about that Prime?
Probably.
Matt, how are you liking that Starscream statue?
It's all right.
Dude, sell it. If you don't want it, sell it.
Well, you want to do it?
No, I don't. No, that's not the one I want. But if you don't want it, sell it. Get your money back.
I love it. If you watch my review, you know I love it.
Matt, I've been busy.
Oh, I know.
Oh.
But no, these look good. I love the Megatron. I love the Megatron more than the Optimus. The wings and everything really sell it for me. Like I said, I want to see it in paint. I hope they do the black and purple deco, which I'm sure they will do. And I think it'll look really nice. I think the paint on it's going to really pop on it. So.
He's a stealth bomber, so he better be black. That's all I'm saying.
Well, they can do camouflage.
Oh, no.
I don't know any camouflage stealth
Silver.
bombers.
They could do silver. You never know what they can do, man. Transformers, man. They come up with some colors all the time, man.
How do you know what color a Stealth Bomber's painted? You can't see them.
Mm-hmm. True.
Nice metallic black or like deep dark gunmetal gray.
And
Actually,
I love.
What
I
I would
love my
like to
statue.
see is a nice. I think if you could do it right, if you did anything that's not quote unquote part of the stealth bomber is like a metallic purple, but the stealth bomber parts are like a very nicely painted flat black.
I got my fucking
Purple
eye on. I got my
LEDs.
fucking eye on you, Justin. I'm coming for you.
But Lisa
All right.
liked the statue too. She really thinks it's nice too.
Is it? I mean, has it? I mean, how do you feel? I mean, I feel like there's a whole conversation.
Dude, it jump started my statue game, man. It changed. I mean, I've been looking at statues now. I'm just like, God, these are so nice.
Oh, dude, Joe was right.
But I don't know about Joe. I'm not on Joe level. I'm not there yet. But there's some, decent, nice statues out there.
Yeah, I want that shit, man.
Attainable.
I want that shit. I want that Grimlock. I want that Soundwave, and I want that Prime. But Prime.
Slow down there, Bubby.
Yeah.
Slow down, okay? Just slow down.
I'm not in the spot yet, but I'm focused. I know what I want.
I want the Grimlock. I want the Prime. I want the Soundwave. I want the...
I know.
Slow down there. All right. Oh,
Speaking of a fucking great statue company,
who is it? Let's see.
Prime one of the elite statue companies.
Bumblebee movie Soundwave. Ooh.
So I don't want this, but this looks fucking awesome, and the Ravage looks fucking amazing.
Yep. So you don't want it because it's not G1 enough. You mean yeah?
Yeah, I mean like it's just that like this is so far down my like the Soundwave statue I want. I already know what I want.
That's pretty cool. So who are the top statue companies?
Prime One and XM Studios.
And Imaginarium.
Imaginarium Art. I don't know enough about them. I feel like let me look them up real quick because I feel like they're mostly known for their Transformers stuff, but I don't know what I know they do other stuff.
Isn't Starscream the Imaginarium?
Yes.
It's I love everything's magnetized. It just slides right in real cool. It's beautiful. The paint is really nice. That's my first one I've ever got from them, and I'm hooked. They know how to make a good statue.
So they have some shit I've never seen before that probably means something to someone. Product.
It's Jesus.
So, it was Maz Kinger, some shit. I don't know. So they have some Marvel stuff. That's they have a Iron Man Mark 7 1/2 scale. That shit is gonna be fucking huge. And they have the Mazenkaiser. I don't know what that is, but I imagine it means something to someone.
Yeah.
Then they have the Starscream one that Matt got. The Grimlock one is out of stock. The 1/2 scale Iron Man is out of stock.
Wait, the Grimlock one you like is Imaginarium?
Yep.
Hey, whoa! I was muted there. It's Mazenkaiser. Is that the one that's on their homepage? The Mazenkaiser SKL? That shit looks fucking badass.
So there you go. I will definitely believe that.
Matt mentioned in his review, if you watch it, Matt mentioned that they're coming out. Matt, go ahead. They're coming out with other G1 statues that supposedly fit together. What's the story?
Yeah, they're different bases.
We've talked here.
If I watched, I'd know.
They haven't shown anything else. I'm sure they'll make Megatron and probably Prime and.
So they have a Megatron announced. Yeah. They have a Thundercracker, a Skywarp announced. They have a 1/2 Patriot, obviously, Iron Patriot. Another 1/2 Iron Man that's out of stock. Dude, it's a Spider-Man that's 1/2 scale. So that's how that's their Marvel license. I guess their Marvel license is all 1/2 scale. Which is nuts. Can you imagine? Like a fucking 3-foot Spider-Man just hanging out in your house?
Isn't that kind of weird, though? It's like having a kid.
Yeah, that's almost too much.
Man, I love the stand for this Soundwave, man. Just what he's standing on is really nice. A little platform. It's really good.
And they have an Iron Man Mark 39 1/1 helmet.
Damn.
But yeah, I want their Soundwave, I want their Grimlock, and then I want the XM Studios Optimus. And I'm good.
Well, I'm just looking at Soundwave here, and I don't see any parts of him that really scream like his knees would light up, and I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, because what I like about it is it has all the tapes and shit. Like it's a big purchase, but like the bang for your buck that you're getting is like, like the only thing that you're missing is Rat Bat, right? Like,
where do you see the tapes?
Like it comes. Oh no, Rat Bat's there. So, yeah. So
where do you see the tapes?
He's talking about the one he wants, not this one.
Oh, okay.
It has Rat Bat on his shoulder. Ravage is like on a little ledge, and then there's Rumble and Laserbeak. Like there's no Frenzy, but like who gives a shit? Like these are the ones that matter, and Buzzsaw is in his chest. It's fucking beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it's a good statue, that one.
Yeah.
All right. So what else is new? Nothing. Oh, look at that. We got a little time to kill.
Well, hold on a second. Everybody, give a look to this XM Studios Prime, because that shit is another one I got my eyes on. Let's see. I mean, the Grimlock, I think everybody in the world at this point knows is like bucket list shit for me. But there's an XM Studios Prime that's like, it's like he's got one arm up shooting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. Oh God, that shit looks so good to me.
I heard XM Studios products are a privileged own due to their prestige.
Yeah, I would imagine. This is the shit that Joey's into now. All the fucking XM and Prime One. And...
That's the only part of the page that'll load for me right now. It's our prestige.
Yeah.
Privilege. Oh, here we go. All right, XM collection. Oh, you fucking.
So the arms move.
No, they don't move. They're just swappable, I believe. Or maybe they move. Maybe you can plug them in at two different locations.
Oh, dude, Imaginarium does that Starscream that sits on the missile throne.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Damn
That
it.
needs to be your next one. That needs to be your next one, man.
I think that's sold out everywhere, to be honest.
Yeah. You got to pay that latex, Mac.
God dang, that nice. He got the crown and he's got the cape, too. Jesus Christ.
Damn, that Doc Ock statue is looking kind of...
Dude, so anybody out there, check out if you're interested at all or curious about quarter scale, check out a site called Speculative Fiction. Joe put me onto it. They offer payment plans. It's worth a Google.
Is this, Bobby? Is this a Soundwave that will go with that Starscream I got? Is this that one that?
It's
bases.
I don't know if the bases interlock. I don't know about all that. I don't know if all the bases interlock or if they do sets. Because the Ironhide, they have an Ironhide and a Jazz, I think, coming, and I think they interlock with a Wheeljack maybe. But I don't know.
So
Speculative Fiction seems to be a writer's website.
Maybe I got it wrong. Let me find out.
So for your Prime, it comes with two different arms, so they are interchangeable, not just posable. It comes with changeable hands. The rocket pack is removable. The Matrix chamber does actually open.
Just to interject real quick, it's specfictionshop.com, or if you Google speculative fiction collectibles or speculative fiction statues, it'll pop up.
I gotta find this fucking Starscream. Where the fuck is it at?
But yeah, do we want to move on to questions?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's read a question, Mac.
All right. Dear SCU crew, in honor of another successful Skullfest, I think it'd be interesting to hear each of you tell the story of the greatest party you ever went to. Great and party can be interpreted however you want to. At the end of the day, the goal is to describe the most memorable gathering of friends you ever had the honor of participating in. For me, it was probably. I mean, it's the one that's always going to go down in infamy. But the Halloween party, the costume party I had at my house, year 2, Halloween party 2. That's where the neighborhood almost got into a brawl, and it was, and there was a girl putting herself in very compromising poses on my couch, and people were taking turns taking pictures with her. Like it was a bananas party, and it might be in some ways like the book into my youth. Like it might be the end cap to like being young and dumb and doing dumb shit and being, that might be it. But that would be it. Anybody?
I guess I'll go. Out of all the other stuff I've gone to and attended to, I've gone to Skullfest, which has always been a great time, TFCon stuff. But I got to say the most memorable party when I was happiest, like just pure joy, and it was perfect surroundings and friends, was my wedding, because we were on Beckway. We were on the beach in this restaurant bar that was on the beach, just feet from the water, and just playing music and drinking rum punch, and everybody was just dancing and having a blast. And a lot of our friends flew down there for the wedding, which was really meaningful to me. And my own family didn't, other than my mother. Everyone had excuses not to come. I guess it runs in the family, Bobby. But a lot of our friends came, and it was really special. We had a really beautiful time down there. So I guess that would be it. I was really hungover, the next morning, and like the like bungalow that we got for our like honeymoon suite. The morning of, like, we woke up, had no running water, and I felt like my blood was made out of sand. But the night before was quite a blast.
Nice. Nice. Justin?
I mean, I feel like I'd be remiss if I did not say my wedding, because, it was a good time having people from all over show up, and it's always a good time. But if I go out of, just like personal events like that and just go for like just flat out like parties among friends and not necessarily like meaningful life events, I'm going to have to go with, I think it was TFCon. I feel like it was Chicago. Is that the one that Oscar was at too? Yeah. I feel like everybody from Shattercast was at that one. Was
That's North Carolina. North Carolina.
I can't remember. And I could be blurring them too. Greg, did you go to that one?
Yeah,
he did.
Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, it's the first time that basically seeing everybody but Bobby face to face, like that was a big deal for me. And like just seeing some of the fans and like, I was thinking about it the other day. Fear Corpse, what's he up to? I haven't heard from him lately.
You might be thinking of. I think you're getting Chicago and Charlotte blurred together.
I'm just gonna blur him together and keep him as a
Fear Corpse was at Charlotte.
a great time. So.
Yeah, but Chicago was the first time he saw everybody face to face.
No, because Oscar came to Charlotte.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like it is a mixture of Charlotte, I guess, and Chicago, because like. I mean, Charlotte, I guess at the time we were all there.
Yeah.
But, like Chicago was also special too, because it was the first time, like, Greg and Matt and everybody but Oscar for that one. So, like, both of them are just, like, really just great memories,
There's a number of people from that early era that, like, I'm wondering, like, what happened to them. Like, Adam T. Like, I don't really hear from him anymore.
I haven't heard from him lately either, yeah.
Fear Corpse, I don't really hear from him anymore. Who else?
I see old Antoine. He pokes in once in a while.
Yeah, of course. Antoine's still around.
Mm-hmm.
But there were a number of people from back then that I'm like, man, what happened to these dudes, man?
Yeah, where'd they go? Like the originators of the Cool Table Network.
Yeah. Like, man, where are these guys?
JC went batshit crazy.
Matt, you got a story?
I'd have to go with what Justin said. Meeting y'all, the first Chicago one, and then Charlotte was good. All the TFCons have been special to me. The more people you meet, you still see the same people. A lot of the same people throughout the years and everything. But you also meet new people on the way and everything. It's really nice and everything. So, yeah, I'd have to go with the TFCons also.
Greg?
Yeah, I mean, I would say the TFCons. I can't really speak on some of my earlier.
Right, I was going to imagine that you had a crazy one somewhere in there.
Well, that's behind me now.
Yeah. So, what's up, SCU? I wanted to let you know I really enjoy the show. Oh, let me take a minute real quick. Gareth, I think took a joke that you guys said on the podcast to heart and didn't want to ask questions anymore. Gareth, we're just messing with you, buddy. Like, I didn't hear the part, but by all means,
what are we talking
keep
about?
asking. Nobody's don't take it
It's probably
serious.
Robert D. It's probably Robert D.
Me and
Sorry,
fucking
I
Robert
stressed him out.
Me and Robert screamed at each other last week.
Mhm.
You know, it's no big deal.
Me and Matt screamed at each other today.
If it was
Yeah,
Gareth the one that asked the question,
the companies.
Which question was it? The because there was one that I wanted to deep dive further into. Oh, the favorites of a third party. Did he ask that one?
Yeah.
It was not him?
No, it was him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that question. That's a great question.
Yeah, we made comments. We said, "Yo, you know what I think it was? I think he misinterpreted because we had in the show notes we asked him to send us more companies, and then we didn't hear anything from him. And we were like, because Gareth, send us more companies, or something like that, or somebody said it.
Yeah. I think I did.
I thought he was the one that it was like a essay that he wrote an essay to us and.
Yeah, but that's just ball breaking. But that was.
Yeah.
But
I thought that's the reason why he got upset because we.
No, it was like a
said
week
something
after
about
that, though. It was like a week after that, though. After he wrote another question, and I think.
Let's just stick with it was Robert.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm good with that.
let's go with Robert.
What's up, SCU? I
Yeah,
wanted to
fuck
let you know I really enjoy the show and the unique perspective each team member offers to balance out the show. I was inspired by the show to start my own format with a few fellow collectors reviewers, and although it only has a small following right now, I enjoy it more than anything else I do. Thanks for the inspiration. You should have name dropped it, man. We would have read it off.
30
Questions.
minutes or less.
Question. Feel free to split them up or take them all at once. By the way, Matt, I need to get you in a group chat with Laura. Laura's down to do the fucking 30 minutes or less. We just need to organize it. Questions. Feel free to split them up or take them all at once, so to speak. For those with kids, do they show interest in your toys or do you let them play with any of them? For those without kids, same questions for children or family and friends. My kids are welcome to fuck with anything on my shelves, but they never do. The two older ones anyway, they never really gave that much of a shit. My baby, ironically enough, for whatever reason, she's always taking two things off my shelves. She takes my mask figures off.
Nice.
And plays with them. And she takes my original Voltron lions off and plays with them. And they're in lion mode. Now, she's also a big Lion King fan, so that might have something to do with it. But for the mask stuff, I have no idea why. But, so I usually, it's like a signature thing of mine. I never put earbuds in my ears. I can't stand the way it feels. So I put my phone, in the collar of my shirt. And, yeah, and, across my traps. And then it plays out, and it's very close to my ear, so I can hear my podcast or music or whatever I'm listening to. I was in the workroom, and I was listening to stuff and working on something, and I was walking out of the workroom. So obviously, as I'm walking out of the workroom into the main room, the music is getting louder or the podcast is getting louder or whatever I was listening to, and all of a sudden, as I'm walking out, I hear her start throwing the shit back on the shelf. I come out and she's standing there holding both hands looking at me like she hasn't been doing anything. And my entire mask collection is just a fucking pile of shit on the shelves. And she's acting like she has no idea what happened. So she fucks with that shit. But the rest of them don't really care. They like watching the Marvel movies, not so much the DC movies. They like the Marvel. And it's funny because they're all named after fucking DC characters. But they like watching movies and Star Wars, anything Star Wars movies, Star Wars Rebels, Star Wars Clone Wars. They like all that shit, but they're not really into the toys. They're not really into the other media, the video games, anything like that. They like the movies of Marvel and the movies of Star Wars. And as far as my shit goes, that's pretty much it.
Azalea likes MMC's Azalea. She knows it's named Azalea, and they like. But the kids. Scarlett used to really like playing with they kind of grow out of it. Scarlett likes the Dinobots, and she liked the Perfect Effect Lions, the Leonidas. But one thing they both still appreciate, because we still watch Dragon Ball Super, and we saw Broly recently. So after the movie, I brought out the Broly, or like, during the Boo stuff, I brought out the different Majin Boos, and like they play with them and they love it. Majin. But Majin. But
Majin.
We, I got to watch them. I don't just let them run away with it because it's a $100 figure and, they don't know the difference. They never break them, but I'm nervous about it. So I don't just let them have free reign. But that's the kind of stuff they like, the Dragon Ball stuff and like, the Transformers movie stuff and like the animals, anything animal stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic. You get nervous about your own blood, but you'll send that shit to Bobby.
I know.
Matt, do you have any like body in your family or anything like?
Not really. My nieces used to come over, and they would think it's cool. They didn't really, want to mess around with anything and all that stuff. My youngest niece used to play with the rescue bots, so I bought her a bunch of rescue bots. She's grown out of them now, but yeah, not really. Nobody really comes over to look at my room, so it's
Gotcha.
fine.
Justin?
So my kid, he loves cars and he loves dinosaurs. So Transformers is like the perfect thing, I guess, for him. He likes a lot of the Legend stuff because it's small. Trying to think what else he grabs a lot. Mostly the Legend stuff, I'd say, because it's just small and usually it's one of the more accessible things that you can get in my office or collection area. Currently, because I felt compelled, I transformed the fans' toys or whatever the hell their name is. Perfect. I don't even know what the hell it was. The Cesium, Slag, Snarl, Sludge.
Perfect Fusion.
Not Sludge. Yeah, Perfect Fusion. That's it. The Cesium, which was, I can never remember which one's which. I think it's Slag. Is that the Triceratops? I think so.
Yeah.
Can never
It's
remember
Slug.
Slag and Snarl. They're the two that confuse me all the time. But he's the only one in dinosaur mode. The rest of them are just robots. So like 4 of the 5
Fourth
Dinobots
floor.
are invisible to my son, and the other one is a Triceratops. So he always walks in and says tops and tries to grab his head, which is probably the worst place you can grab a chromed Dinobot. But most of the stuff he leaves alone.
Gotcha. And let's try to wrap this one up. I don't know if we're going to be able to handle this. Well, let's try. If a third-party company started making MP-scaled, articulated, assume ratcheted action figures of combiners, would you replace your existing combiners? I wouldn't replace my existing combiners, but I only have the 3 Zeta ones, basically. So I wouldn't replace any of them, but I would definitely be interested in the transforming ones. Justin?
No, I don't think so. I like the ability to take. I mean, you guys know me. I love alt modes. I love the complexity of the transformation. Like that to me is almost more important than the articulation. So, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't want that personally.
Gotcha. Greg?
Oh wait, what? On a side note, okay. I don't think I would replace, but like I could see picking up like a Defensor who's like my favorite combiner and maybe like a Devastator, just to have 2 of them, but I wouldn't replace things.
Yeah. Greg?
Yeah, that's basically what I was gonna say. Like that. I can never remember who made it, but that Devastator from like 4 or 5 years ago. The action
on that recently.
Oh, the
yeah,
Make Toys one.
No, it wasn't Make Toys. It was I can't remember. They put out like
recently. You commented on someone's like a week ago.
Yeah, we were just talking about. I thought about that when I saw this
one, right? Like it's all one piece.
Yeah, it's like the super cartoon one with the PP rifle.
I thought
Loyal Subjects or something.
No,
I know what you're talking about. I thought they had a hand in that.
And then they were
Happy
supposed to have been like a Predaking, a Defensor.
Oh,
those were supposed to come out as well. I don't think it was the same company though. And yeah, I was kind of excited about that, but that kind of petered out and went away.
Peter, Paul, and Mary.
But yeah, I wouldn't replace anything, but I'd get them and you put them somewhere else,
Matt?
Another display.
Yeah, same thing. I wouldn't replace them, but I wouldn't mind getting a couple that look good, especially a Prairie King or something. But I wouldn't replace any of my Zeta or stuff like that.
Tell Lisa I said hi, by the way, in the background. Robert.
Rachel Maddow's on in 5 minutes. There's one company I would buy from. It would not replace the Fans Toys or Zeta that will be coming out and going on my crowded shelves. It would be Flame Toys. I would definitely buy any Flame Toys combiner. I would pay 5 times the amount of what they presently charge for a figure to have a giant ass Flame Toys combiner. Like, can you imagine what that thing would look like? Oh.
And then the last question and this is from TM Reviews, by the way, not to be confused with any other reviewer by a similar name. This is TMR Reviews.
Shout out to T-Man.
No, it's not T-Man.
I know, but shout out to T-Man anyway.
Shout out to T-Man. He's a chill reviewer from what I hear, but this is TM Reviews.
Yes, TM Reviews. I know him. He's a good dude, too.
Shout out to TM Reviews because it's rude to shout out somebody else.
Right. Thanks, man.
I'm sorry, Justin. I'm so sorry, Justin.
But I talked to TM Reviews recently on the phone as a conversation. We had a good conversation. Do you custom?
Oh, what did he do?
No. I'll tell you after the show, but it was a good conversation. He said, do you customize your figures? And if so, what have you done in the past? So I have not customized, with very few exceptions, Robert. But I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to jump into customization with both feet. And shout out to Oregon Jason. He was here yesterday, and I think I officially started. I primed a custom that I'm working on. And I'm going to be getting into that with both feet. But it will not be Transformers customs because that's not where my interest lies in regards to customs. But I'm going to be starting to do a number of 1/12 customs, and I'm going to take it serious. So
I've got
Black Series, Marvel Legends, DC stuff. That's where my interest is going to be.
I should, if anyone's interested, go on Instagram and look up Phoenix Force Creations. This is a guy that I've been, following for a very long time because he used to play a miniature game that I was interested in, and he customized the hell out of like the little. The game was Hero Clicks, and they're like, they got to be like
the adventures that like cross to cross.
Oh yeah,
like,
and his customs are friggin' amazing, and he does a lot of Marvel Legends and stuff now, and like. He resculpts things, and like you would swear like Iron Man without the helmet is like Robert Downey Jr. like sculpture. Like it's his stuff is amazing. Like definitely look him up.
Are you interested at all yourself?
I have done it before. Once in a while I get the spark, and I'm like, I kind of want to do something, and then I don't ever bother. But if you go on YouTube, search my name and then customs. You'll see there's a video of some of the customs I've done. I've done more after that, but I don't have any videos of that.
Justin will black out one window, leave the other two clear, sell it.
Yeah, exactly. No, I put repro labels on it, and then I listed as custom. That's a big thing that people tend to do. I think still my favorite one, though, is I took like one of the deluxe ratchets from... I don't remember, Dark of the Moon or something, and turned it into like a GoBot Smallfoot, and like even though it's got that movie aesthetic, like somehow it just works perfect, and I love that toy. So
nice.
Yeah.
Greg?
I've done some little paint touch-ups and some kit bashing kind of stuff, but that's about it. Like I've never like done part sculpting and things like that. I've attempted, and I just, for the amount of work I put into it, I wasn't happy with the results.
Right.
And if my dad ever taught me anything, it was give up after the first try. So.
And I mean, like it's a lot easier to make a bad one than it is a good one. Greg and I used to often look at this one where people had glued sea animals to the Seacons.
Dude, I forgot all about that. Poor guy.
Matt, you got anything on this?
No. I try to do fan mode stuff, and I'll put them on eBay, but usually doesn't go well. So that's where That's where my talent stops. So no, I've never tried to do anything. I think it's cool, and I've seen a lot on, like Justin said, on Instagram. I've seen a lot of good, nice stuff, man. There's some really, really talented people out there, but I've never thought about doing that. So
nice.
You know, I'll be honest with you. Like, this Legends stuff has been so interesting to me. Like, I've been trying to figure out, like, how can I make some custom GoBots in this scale? Because, like, I don't even remember who I was talking to, but I had said I was messing around with the New Age Prow, and I'm like, I sat him down next to the GoBots Rescue, who was in robot mode on a shelf in my closet, and I was like, this is why I like these. I'm like, they're like the same size, like they're fun and easy to transform back and forth. I'm like, this is exactly why I like these things. And then I was like, God, I wish somebody was making like a Legends Turbo and a Legends Leader 1. Like, even if the alt modes are just, you know, the same size and scale as the original GoBots, I'm like, I just really want one of those now.
And Justin, whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, I'm leaving that responsibility to you. That is on you. You let me know when you want to do it, and we'll work.
I gotta get those tables, but I definitely am interested. So
cool. Robert, you got anything?
No.
Okay, cool. I gotta hop off here. So, Matt.
Shoutouts to Cool Table Network, ROC, Edges Around, Toy TikTok, Plastic Fanatics, Spirit Vultures, Nerd Rage Radio, and Wigs.
And my personal favorite, the well-established Gentleman's Show, Stasis Lock.
At Real Robot, at Fear Corpse.
I am Ratchet.
Third Party TF Crashers, and Open Your Toys Podcast.
This podcast is intended for mature audiences only. Its sole purpose is to entertain. If it doesn't fit with your sensitive sensibilities, please feel free to turn it now.
Shut the fuck